Good afternoon, students. So today we are going to continue with the cash book, and we will take double column cash book second sum. In fact, we will try to take two sums and we'll end up today the double column cash book. The previous class was concentrated on all the details of the double column cash book. It was very important one. So please go through the video nicely and properly and do give your uh, comment on that. Okay. So here we'll start now another double column cash book. So as we are going to start, before that, I'll just give a quick recap of what we have done in the previous class, because the previous class was very important, especially when we talk about the entries that is related to the check in hand. That is what when the situation arises that the check will be taken to be as check in hand, a situation when the check has not been deposited. It has been received, but it has not been deposited in the bank. Rather than depositing in the bank, what we have done is that we have kept in our hand and we have deposited on some other day. ठीक है, किसी और दिन deposit किया, ठीक है, right? So if we deposit on some other day, so what will happen is that the check will remain in our hand instead of going to the bank. So in that case, you cannot take that your cash is increasing, right? And at the same time, you cannot just throw away the check. You have to keep a record of that. So that is why we take it check in hand, right? And it is our asset, so that is why it is debit. And obviously, check in hand is a real account. Asset means it's a real account. So that is why you can see the entry as check in hand account debit. Okay. If there is any discount related to that, it will be discount allowed account debit to the giver. Whoever the giver is there, it will be relating to that. Okay. Here, KNIL, it is a previous day's question, right? He was the giver. So that is why that giver's name will come, right? And the day we deposit this check in the bank, it will be bank account debit, because the check is going in the bank comes in debit. Okay, or you can take bank as a personal account also. If you take bank as a personal account, you can tell bank is a personal account receiver, so bank account debit, right? Bank account debit to check in hand account, isn't it? Bank account debit to check in hand account. So this is very important entry. These two entries are very important. Here it will not be taken as a contra entry because it is not a transaction between the cash and the bank. Okay, the check has not been kept in the cash, rather it has been kept separately as check in hand. That is why we don't take it as contra entry, right? Now I'll explain the contra entry once again. The other day I was telling about that. Contra entry is an entry which we generally relate to cash and bank transactions. Okay, whenever there will be transaction between the cash and the bank, or bank and the cash, that means money deposited in the bank or money withdrawn from the bank for office use. Okay, remember it should be for office use, then only it will be taken as contra. मतलब बैंक में जाकर हम लोगों ने पैसा जमा किया या बैंक से पैसा उठाकर हम लोगों ने बिजनेस में लगाया, ठीक है, तो इसको हम लोग कॉन्ट्रा बोलते हैं. Why? Because of the reason that it will not increase my cash. Okay, मेरा पैसा नहीं बढ़ेगा, but only the position of the cash will change. Instead of bank, it might be in my hand, or instead of in my hand, it is in the bank. That is the only thing. That is why it is all contradictory. Okay, so if you withdraw the cash from the bank for office use, it will be cash account debit to bank account. Okay, it will be cash account debit to bank account. And if you, why? Because of the reason that cash is coming in, so cash account debit, right? Cash is coming in, so cash account debit. And what happens? The money is going out from bank, so that is why bank is credit. And again, if I deposit the money in the bank, then it will be bank account debit, because the money is going in the bank, so bank account debit to cash account, right? Cash is going out of business, right? So that is why bank is receiving it, bank receiver debit, and cash real account goes out credit. Bank account debit to cash account. Okay, and in this case you must remember that it should be indicated by contra. C should be here. This particular C refers to contra. Okay, this should be there in the ledger folio column, reflecting the effect of contra entry. Okay, this should be reflecting the effect of contra entry. Is it clear? Okay, now coming to the question, practical. What is the first one? As also mentioned, there is a note given here, so I'll just read it out for you. This is a note for the previous day's question. It is not, if the question is not mentioned whether the check, when the check has been received, was deposited in the bank. Okay, if it is not mentioned whether it was deposited on the same day or not, then you have to assume that it was deposited on the same day. Clear? That is a very, very important note. Remember that. Fine. Now let's take up another question. Record the following transactions in a double column cash book. Okay, we will record the transaction in the double column cash book. So what the information are given here is that cash in hand 3000, cash at bank 1 lakh, and after that it is mentioned received a check. This will be the second. Okay, this is a typing error. This June 2 will be here. The second one, June 2. Okay, June 2nd will be here. This referring to received a check for rent and paid into bank. Okay, this one. Clear? And the first two, this is the opening entry, so it will be on June 1. June 1, cash in hand and cash at bank. So you can see that both cash in hand and cash at bank, it is having positive balance. Previous day we show in the previous class that it was having bank overdraft. The bank overdraft was there, so that is why we had written in the credit side. But here both the balances are positive, so both will be written in the debit side. So where it will go in the cash book, we'll just prepare a double column cash book like this. Okay, debit credit will be there. Here remember that along with ledger folio we should have a voucher number column also. Here also voucher number should be there, right? So what has happened? June 1, cash in hand, cash at bank. So both will be given as a opening balance. Clear? So what will you write in the debit side? Going in a debit side of cash 2017 June 1, 2 balance brought down. What was the cash balance? 3000, and bank balance 1 lakh. In the cash you will write 3000, in the bank you will write 1 lakh. Fine. Then coming to June 2, what is there? Received a check for rent and paid into bank. We have received a check, and then again what we have done, we have deposited in the bank. Remember, if it takes place immediately, that means you are not required to show it in the cash. It will go directly in the bank. Okay, if you take the incident immediately, it will not be taken as contra entry. You have received the money and you have sent to the you have received the check and you have sent to the bank, so it will not be taken. Sorry, it is a check, right? So it will not be taken as check in hand. Okay, there's no contra entry situation here. If it was cash, then also suppose if it is received cash for rent and paid into bank, then also it will not be taken as contra entry, because immediately you are doing that, right? So here it is check. So here also you are not going to take check in hand. जब भी immediate transaction होगा, then you are not supposed to show it as a contra or via media any other account, using any other account. No need to show. Directly you can deposit in the bank. Okay, so it will be direct deposit in the bank. So received a check from for rent and paid into bank. So what will happen? The journal entry will be like this: rent we are receiving, so it is an income. Nominal account income, it will be credit, and we are by what means we are receiving it? In check. So bank will be debit, right? Bank account debit to check. So in the bank debit side, you will write to rent account. Bank account debit to rent. Sorry, bank account debit to rent. So it will be bank debit side to rent account, 800 rupees in the bank column. Then next one, bought goods for 4000 and paid by check. What was the discount allowed? 1%, right? So the journal entry will be like this: bought goods for 4000 and paid by check. So it will be purchase account debit to, then again discount was there, right? Discount allowed was there. So purchase account debit 4000 to bank account. How much? Excluding that 1%. So 1% of 4000 will be 40 rupees, right? So bank account debit to, sorry, purchase account debit 4000 to bank 3960 rupees, to discount allowed how much? 40 rupees. Okay, because the 1% of 4000 is 40 rupees. So it will be purchase account debit 4000 to bank account 3960 rupees, to discount received account. They are allowing, but we are receiving. So for us it will be discount received account. How much? It will be 40 rupees. So what we will do, since it is a payment, so we will write obviously in the payment side by purchase account. Give the date June 5 and write down by what has happened, purchases. So by purchases account 3960 in the bank column, because the payment has been made by check. Then coming to the next one, June 15, paid trade expenses. Trade expenses has been paid. So what will happen? If we pay the trade expenses, again payment, so again go in the payment side and write down buy trade expenses, give the date as 15, buy trade expenses, where cash or bank, nothing is mentioned, that means we are paying by cash. So in the cash column, 150. Coming to the date 16, paid taxes. So if we are paying tax, then it is again a expense. So if it is income tax, we will take drawings. If it is normal tax, then we will take as a business expense. So what is the tax you are paying? 500 rupees. Nothing is mentioned, so it is paid in cash. So again, date 16, buy taxes in the cash column 500. Clear? In the payment side. Then again, paid insurance charges 200. Normal insurance is a business expense. Life insurance is a drawings, okay, personal expense of the owner. But here it is given normal expense, so it will be taken as a business expense. So what will happen? Buy, since it is also a payment, so it will come in the payment side. Buy insurance charges 200 rupees in the cash column. Buy insurance charges 200 in the cash column. Since nothing is mentioned here, so you can mention it in the cash column also. But here the question is mentioned in the bank column. Okay, you can mention it in the cash column. There is no problem. Generally, what happens is that insurance charges and all we transfer through bank. Okay, modern time it's transferred by bank, but the option of cash is also there. Okay, so if you put it in the cash, it will be correct. It will not be wrong. Okay, but putting in the bank, it might be questionable. Okay, so you better put this particular entry, paid insurance charges 200 in the cash column. Buy insurance charges in the cash column. Okay, 200. So then sold goods for 15,000. Received check and allowed discount 1%. We have sold goods 15,000. We have received a check also. So money also has been received and allowed a discount of 1%. So it will be, the entry will be like this: bank account debit, right? Discount allowed account debit to sales, isn't it? So what is the amount? The amount will be 1% less. So 1% will be 150 rupees, right? So the amount will be like this: bank account debit 14,850. That is 15,000 minus 1%. That is 1% is 150. So 15,000 minus 150 rupees. So it is 14,850. Discount allowed account debit. How much? 150. To sales account 15,000. Right. So we are receiving the money. So in the debit side, where are you receiving? Where are you receiving? We are receiving in a check. So whenever you receive a check, before writing it bank, you just monitor whether the check has been deposited on some other date or on the same day. If nothing is being given, then it will be assumed that it is deposited on same day. But in the same, but you have to check that. Okay, but you can see that here on June 27, check received on 25th. That is what we are referring now, was deposited in the bank. So it was deposited on some other day. It might be that June 25 was Saturday evening, so there was no opportunity of depositing in the bank. So it was there with you with 25 and 26 of June, and on 27th you have deposited in the bank, right? So what will you do here? It will be taken, instead of bank, we will take check in hand. So the entry will be like this: check in hand account debit 14,850, discount allowed account debit 150, to sales account 15,000. Okay, so it will not come here. You will have to show in the notes here. Note number 1, check received on June 25. Check in hand account debit 14,850. Discount allowed account debit 150. Here this debit amount will come here. Okay, not there. To sales account 15,000. Clear? Then after that, received check from James and okay, just a minute. 25th. After 25th, we have 27. Check received on 25th, deposited in the bank. Now the money is the check has been deposited in the bank. So what will happen? Check will go in the bank. So bank will be receiver, bank account debit. To the check is going out, credit. It's a real account, goes out, credit. So bank account debit to check in hand. So that is why you can see in the bank column, to check in hand is there, 14,850. Okay. June 27, to check in hand account 14,850. Thereafter, the next one, received check from James and Company. We are receiving check from James and Company. How much? 7,000. Right? So whenever you receive check from anyone, you have, as I told you already, you have to just verify whether the check was deposited on some other day or on the same day. So we can see that the next entry, only one entry is left. So we have not deposited on some other day. That means it is obvious that we are depositing on 28 itself. Okay. If no information is there, we will assume that it has been deposited on the same day. Clear? So it is seen here that no information has been given. So check received from James and Company 7,000 will be going in the where? In the bank column, right? It will be receipt side. So the bank account debit to James and Company. So bank debit side to James and Company in the bank column. How much? 7,000. Right? There is no information. See, remember that there is no information given. So you have to assume that it has been directly deposited in the bank. Now moving back to the next one, purchased 100 national plan certificate for rupees 100 each. Okay, what has happened? There has been a purchase of 100 purchase how many? 100 national plan certificate. So it's like an investment opportunity. Okay, the investment has been done in national plan certificate of how many certificates? 100. And what was the price? Of 100 each. Okay, at the rate rupees 97 each and paid them by check. See, try to understand here. Although you have purchased 100 national plan certificate for 100 each, but the purchase price was 97. Remember that it was 97 rupees. This is a rupees. Okay, it's a printing mistake. This is rupees. So what will happen? 100 plan certificate at national plan certificate at 97 rupees, it will be 9,700 rupees, and the payment was made by check. So immediately payment was done, so it will come in the payment side, credit side, right? Credit side. What will you write? By investment account you can write, or by investment in national plan certificate you can write, or you can write down only simply by national plan certificate. That will also be correct. Okay, so by national plan certificate, how much? 9,700 rupees in the bank column. Okay, why? Because the payment has been done through check. And why it is 9,700? Because 100 national plan certificate, although it was of 100 rupees, but was purchased for 97 rupees, right? That is why it is 100 into 97, it is 9,700 rupees. Clear? So now all the transactions are over. So what will you do now? We have to do the balancing. So simply find out what is the total of the payment side. In the payment, there is a debit, means receipt side. This credit means the payment side. So you find out the receipt and payment both separately. So receipt side one by one. First we will do the cash. So you can, in the cash debit side we can see it is 3,000, and cash credit side we can see it is 850. It will be 850 because of the reason that this 200 it should be here, not in the bank. Okay, the calculation they have done correctly, but by mistakenly they have put 200 in the bank column. It will be here. Okay, it should be here. So total payment is 850 rupees. Okay, and total receipt is 3,000. So the balancing figure is how much? 3,000 minus 850 rupees. So it is coming 2,150 rupees. Clear? After doing the balancing, you can see that the balance carried down, it will be on June 30. By balance carried down, it is same like previously what we have done. 2,150 cash column, 2,150 we have got. Clear? After that, in the bank. So bank we see we can see in the receipt side how much we have received. 1,22,650 rupees. 1,62,650 rupees. And in the payment side, it is 13,660. That is 3,960 plus 9,700. So it is coming 13,660. This 200 is not there. Okay. So which side is more? Debit side. So take the debit side total. This side also bring it here. And after subtracting, subtract it here. And after subtracting, you can see that the balance is 1,08,990 rupees. 1,08,990 rupees. So this is nothing but the bank balance, remaining bank balance. Clear? So what is the balance of cash? 2,150. What is the balance of bank? 1,08,950. So that will be coming as by balance carried down here on June 30. And again on July 1st, it will become two balance brought down, and it will be written in the bank and the cash column like this. Two balance brought down, 2,150 in the cash column, 1,08,990 in the bank column. Clear? I hope all of you understood this question. Okay, this question is clear, I guess. Okay, fine. So we will take one more sum now. This particular sum I will give you as homework, and I will do one thing. In the next video, I will explain you one more sum regarding the cash, regarding the cash column and the discount column. Double column we have already done. The bank with the bank overdraft and all we have already done. So this particular question will be lying as a homework. You can take the screenshot of this. Okay, this will be your homework. And in the next part, that is just a minute. Yeah, this will be good for your screenshot. You can take a screenshot of this. It will be as a homework. And in the next question, we are going to see the remaining part of double column cash book, that is cash book with cash and discount column. Okay, in the next video we'll see that. Clear? Please take care of yourself. I'm sharing the next video also very soon, so see that also and get the clear understanding of double column cash book. Triple column cash book is not required, so that is not there in your syllabus, so you can omit that. Okay.